fantasy, I'm living in reality.
Que fantasy, I'm living in reality.
Fantasy, I'm living in reality.
Que fantasy, I'm living in reality.
Fantasy, I'm living in reality.
My reality, my reality, my reality. My reality includes no illusion. Facts to a Negro's head gives a contusion. Looking from the marvelous light, I know confusion has you in a fantasy thinking more's a losing. Even though Princess Michael wears Moorish brooches, now I told you what the problem is. Niggas are roaches, still thinking like the colonists and like incompetence. If he didn't diss the birthright, the black psychologist wouldn't be getting put through the ringer over a license. If you don't do anything else for your more, it's priceless. So don't get played buying Moorish papers and cards without first studying. Be a man vanguard. Wake up, stop taking credit from your master's cards. Stay in debt. I bet the lower self you a bet. Higher self you abandon, left notwithstanding. You keep constricting and keep not expanding. Still caught up in debates with the back and forth who you know are still liars, not speaking the truth. Pay for dirty Morse classes, won't study with us. That's blood and shark waters, good luck. You warned, me scorned for strangling feelings, maiming emotions. Reality check, see demons. Salivating, tasting your aura, lust in your passions. Go in meditations, body does devilish actions. Get back to your body, people watching you funny. Wearing skinny jeans with rips grown crisscross dummy and civil little mortus. They sell you out claiming professor. Index you on a list for the oppressor. But you are an heir, true successor. Drew Alia's fought Muhammad's predecessor. Turban with the sun, this and out of feather. High treasonous from the gallows hang together. Silent cowards down to their roots, with no courage or strength to stand for the truth. Challenge corruption, volcanic eruption from youth. Awaken memory banks, reconnecting with Ruth. Not terrified of the birthright. Not terrified of the birthright. Not terrified of the birthright. Know thyself, thoughts, scare and hurt, fright.
Fantasy, I'm living in reality.
Que fantasy, I'm living in reality.
Fantasy, I'm living in reality.
Que fantasy, I'm living in reality.
Fantasy, I'm living in reality.
Que fantasy, I'm living in reality.
Fantasy, I'm living in reality.
Que fantasy, I'm living in reality.
Fantasy,
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 Que fantasy, I'm living in reality. Yeah. Que fantasy, I'm living in reality. Que fantasy, I'm living in reality.
MC sarcophagus open, red hooded cloak soaking of oils essential, glowing from my mental. Some slide with a coward glide out the temple. Arrogant, egotistical, pseudo-mysticals. Silence from lips telepathic and graphic. I'm communicating with identified ships, objects flying in zigzag and symmetric patterns. My pyramid core looks like a cavern, spiritual war reflecting off the raging cauldron water bubbles. No burning wood smell, no heat but cough doubles. No smoke watching broken puddles. Glass flowing, grass growing, foaming smoking nozzles. To minds, my words are fossils, colossal. Dirty Moors appearing as doubting apostles. Glowing lower chakras, fireflies in bottles. Won't give enough light and minds to get me out the darkness. Spirits around me, soul and heartless. All five senses, shock watching, a walking carcass. Wires poking out from foreheads, blink to answer iPhones. Mouth tubes going through nose to lungs to smoke hydro. I travel so far, chasing a star, dodging comets, zooming past quasars. One time I traveled so far, chasing a star, dodging comets, zooming past quasars. One time I traveled so far, chasing a star, zooming past comets, dodging quasars. One time I traveled so far, chasing a star, zooming past comets, dodging quasars. MC sarcophagus open, from slaves to cyborg psychos, hatching through the door as rage leaks from pores. Black hole, not vinyl, watching it spiral. Disciple of the archetypal, hip-hop revival. I'm pulses versus suicidal impulses. Bonafide genocide, I'm crucifying vultures, not absorbing into cultures. Burst out like Gamma Bay, I'm like Alhambra days. My they live sunglasses are not rapper shades. I'm seeing aliens with locks and turbans, not grays. Floating off the platform, greeting me with Islam gestures. Blue flame corkscrew around scepters, using a portal as an entrance. Galactic world pendants with some solar flare, double helix necklace. Couldn't believe what I'm seeing, I gotta get this. One time I traveled so far, chasing a star, dodging comets, zooming past quasars. One time I traveled so far, chasing a star, dodging comets, zooming past quasars. One time I traveled so far, chasing a star, zooming past comets, dodging quasars. One time I traveled so far, chasing a star, zooming past comets, dodging quasars. My MC sarcophagus open, sitting at the table are ascendant masters, not descendant pastors, telling me about silent brotherhood mysteries, and Drew Ali conquering the 6 degrees, becoming the logos to reteach his stories, to get us off the mental slave trees. Telling me to study the works, not slander from jerks, conspiring with de facto jurisdictions for perks, taking de jure paperwork to corporate clerks. Be mindful of dirty Moors throwing dirt on your worth. At that time, up stood one of the turban sages, created a timeline in space to show the ages of all the galaxies, universal places of existence, explained from a distance, inner, under, and overwhelmed realms of persistence. Indoor bright with the sun's light, moon wax and wane in my brain, energy gunfights. Indoor bright with sun's light, moons wax and waves in my brain, energy gunfights. One time I traveled so far, chasing a star, dodging comets, zooming past quasars. One time I traveled so far, chasing a star, dodging comets, zooming past quasars. One time I traveled so far, chasing a star, zooming past comets, dodging quasars. One time I traveled so far, chasing a star, zooming past comets, dodging quasars. Yeah. Aight, Chef, what up? CMP, what up? Masons think they adequate, they tack down tassels. Watch me send you rope to Albion in a lasso. Caucasoid hybrid, sun burns your eyelids. To the human fam, we created a virus. Some help to build, but most destroy our future through melanin girls and melanin boys. Fast food, television, miseducation. Missed the history, stole the rights from our nation. National appellation, not in all capitals. Tribes of nobles and noblesse with woven crests. Fezzes and sashes, shawls and vests. On Ashkenazi Jews, I put an alpha hex, omega the rest. Without a bloody mess, left dead in some Nikes like David Koresh. Burn out your temple with myrrh and frankincense. To work a ritual, it's all about intent and invent. Melanin, the magic dust, trust me. I shade to all Okunan while all Orishas love me, trust me. Black candles, we got red ones too. When lit, would have you think this is deja vu? With no Denzel, cause Washington won the Grammy. He doesn't even know Washita is his granny. Could've sniped Wesley, but went for tax evasion. Moors and courts facing these Judge Masons. Give back your rituals and your Babylon ways. Give back your holy books, call me rebellious slave. Give back your story, there's Moorish truth in mine. Give back your crucifix, hanging tree boots and swine. Give back your rituals and your Babylon ways. Give back your holy books, call me rebellious slave. Give back your story, there's Moorish truth in mine. Give back your crucifix, hanging tree boots and swine. Coming to you from the blackness in peyote teepees. Not the head rush from ice or sucking freezies. You could choose to research, don't believe me. Key of life songs cause inner visions and wonders like Stevie. Yeah. Aight, Chef, what up? CMP, what up? Masons think they adequate, they tack down tassels. Watch me send you rope to Albion in a lasso. Caucasoid hybrid, sun burns your eyelids. To the human fam, we created a virus. Some help to build, but most destroy our future through melanin girls and melanin boys. boys. Fast food, television, miseducation. Mr. History stole the rights from our nation. National appellation, not in all capitals. Tribes of nobles and noblesse with woven crests. Fezzes and sashes, shawls and vests. On Ashkenazi Jews, I put an alpha hex, omega the rest. Without a bloody mess, left dead in some Nikes like David Koresh. Burn out your temple with myrrh and frankincense. To work a ritual, it's all about intent and invent. Melanin, the magic dust, trust me. I shade to all the Kun and while all the Orishas love me, trust me. Black candles, we got red ones too. When lit, would have you think this is deja vu? With no Denzel, cause Washington won the Grammy. He doesn't even know Washita is his granny. Could've sniped Wesley, but went for tax evasion. Moors and courts facing these Judge Masons. Give back your rituals and your Babylon ways. Give back your holy books, call me rebellious slave. Give back your story, there's Moorish truth in mine. Give back your crucifix, hanging tree boots and swine. Give back your rituals and your Babylon ways. Give back your holy books, call me rebellious slave. Give back your story, there's Moorish truth in mine. Give back your crucifix, hanging tree boots and swine. Coming to you from the blackness in peyote teepees. Not the head rush from ice or sucking freezies. You could choose to research, don't believe me. Key of life songs cause inner visions and wonders like Stevie. Walk through the world under, your mind flows like tundra soil. Hit you like Shango when my blood's on boil. Come as Bata'Allah or Batala. With one eye for sight, I can see from afar. Mermaids and mermen cry for tadpoles and jaws. Trying to get the serious, they call it mission to Mars. To get you not looking, distract attention. Not to mention, but they have your brains in a lasso and your pineal gland tattooed. With designs calcified, my height is amplified. To level so deep, my flow is amphibious style. Leaving clansmen bloody in a hideous pile. Not like King Leonidas and Spartan saying 300 to caught a legion of raw. You must be frontin' like European pharaohs before the 18th dynasty. Coming and killing me and saying they're nasty. One golden fire war so you can't catch me. Had to jack your beat cause the shit's catchy. Sometimes at fake crews my face screw like little Scrappy. And at the piggies with the scanners trying to speed trap me. Cause I'm repping blue bloods wanna cap me. I told you, boys in blue thinking I'm a Crip soldier. Give back your rituals and your Babylon ways. Give back your holy books, call me rebellious slave. Give back your story, there's Moorish truth in mine. Give back your crucifix, hanging tree boots and swine. Give back your rituals and your Babylon ways. Give back your holy books, call me rebellious slave. Give back your story, there's Moorish truth in mine. Give back your crucifix, hanging tree boots and swine. On the real. Fake Moors know the deal. Yo, Redkin, what up? That's how we do it. Give back your rituals and your Babylon ways. Call me rebellious slave.
The future of your business is here. With Wix, you get advanced AI.
Here we go. Raka! North Star! That way. The North Star's that way. Canaanland moves. Read our VP every day. Uplift the V cause we all base. We enforce the law and we obey. Forefathers from before is still today. Reading my Quran and my Torah. Universal laws in more ways. Read 4 chapters, receive it 4 ways. Great divine love rules our verse. Before I circle blocks, man, I circle 7s first. You bust the image, but your rhymes hurt. Declare 13 disrespected earth. Love, but it's all in God's plan. Today's mathematics don't judge a man. Unity of life, embodiment of truth. I'm responsible for every deed, cause I seen the proof. No, but Drew X, do I have to draw it out for you? Cause nationality is not a color I can use. Jerry Spruce, standing on my square, even without shoes. On the highest authority, spirit of blue. Marcus Garvey, whirlwind times 2. The world's in the wind when the trumpet blew.
Stand up, go into your bathroom. If you got a big floor to ceiling, cut the light on and stand and take a good hard look at yourself. You are the Moorish government. You know, and it took me a long time to get to understand that concept. I self-law am master. If I can govern myself, if I can govern my household, that's what I should be doing. Why should I walk out of my door and then leave everything that I know about myself in the house to go out and adopt something that I have no knowledge thereof? No sense. So we need to stop asking that question. I ask myself this question: if not me, then who?
Death and wisdom, my friends, intelligent creatures, guardians of sacred knowledge, Olmec features, secrets of the afterlife, manifest the present day. Dirty Moors and scoundrels lose their heads in a pleasant way, deceit and deception.
Raka! North Star! That way. And North Star's that way. Canaanland moves. Read our VP every day. Uplift the V cause we are base. We enforce the law and we obey. Forefathers from before is still today. Reading my Quran and my Torah. Universal laws in more ways. Read 4 chapters, receive it 4 ways. Great divine love rules our verse. Before I circle blocks, man, I circle 7s first. You bust the image, but your rhymes hurt. Declare 13 disrespected earth. Love, but it's all in God's plan. Today's mathematics don't judge a man. Unity of life, embodiment of truth. I'm responsible for every deed, cause I seen the proof. Noble Drew, X. Do I have to draw it out for you? Cause nationality is not a color I can use. Jerry Spruce, standing on my square, even without shoes. On the highest authority, spirit of blue. Marcus Coffee, whirlwind ×2. The world's in the wind when the trumpet blew.
Stand up, go into your bathroom. If you got a big floor to ceiling, cut the light on and stand and take a good hard look at yourself. You are the Moorish government. You know, and it took me a long time to get to understand that concept. I self-law am master. If I can govern myself, if I can govern my household, that's what I should be doing. Why should I walk out of my door and then leave everything that I know about myself in the house to go out and adopt something that I have no knowledge thereof? No sense. So we need to stop asking that question. I ask myself this question: if not me, then who?
Death and wisdom, my friends, intelligent creatures, guardians of sacred knowledge, Olmec features, secrets of the afterlife, manifest the present day. Dirty Moors and scoundrels lose their heads in a pleasant way. Deceit and deception, negative past thoughts, keeps awareness on point. Spirit messages never off. Inner realizations, encounter the higher selves. Next plane existence explains my consistence. Without a foe, you never know, so path most resistant. Divinity, my twin flame, side chick and mistress, metaphysic, kabbalistic, almaroc mystic, patriarch, papistics, make my thoughts sadistic, so indigenous, call me Americanistic, invoking the ancestors, Cyrus and cryptic, suns on rotation, flows ecliptic, shatter all illusions, reveal the realistic, sitting in the dark, holding the light marvelous, recognize the artifice, skin so carbonous, hair so antenna, I feel them from Vienna, myriad of virtues, lessons, and reptilian henna. Enlightenment seekers won't find it in mainstream. Focus as a laser, stay balanced like a beam. Not even a gymnast. Whenever I flip this, as above, so below. Get out when within this. Don't think I'm a slave cause I speak in English. Drew, I'll leave the water, watch your flames get extinguished. Living in your higher, lower self is relinquished. Reputation of master teachers, call it distinguished.
Hey, to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. It's your birthday. Get busy. It's your birthday. Yes, baby, it's your birthday today. And I will rejoice. Okay. That's what I'm talking about, son. Happy birthday to you. Ain't no wind blowing. Ain't no trees blowing. Won't he do it? Make it spin, boy. Make it stop. Stop. Stop it. God, I miss you. I know it's you. Make it spin, Alex. I miss you. Oh, I miss you. God, I miss you. God, I miss you. Oh, I miss you. Oh, you are so missed. Everybody misses you. You miss us too, don't it? Now make it stop. Make it stop. Make it stop, baby. You with me? Make it spin if you with me. Wherever I go, make it spin, please. If you with me, wherever I go, make it spin for me. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Islam Moors. Peace and love to all the Moors worldwide. Honors to Noble Drew Ali. Just a quick interjection before we carry on. When John was 12 years old, his mother died, and neighbors laid her body in the tomb among her kindred in the Hebron burying ground and near Zachariah's tomb. And John was deeply grieved, he wept. And Mathenos said, "It is not well to weep because of death. Death is no enemy of man. It is a friend who, when the work of life is done, just cuts the cord that binds the human boat to earth, that it may sail on smoother seas. No language can describe a mother, father, son, daughter, aunt, uncle, best friends, etc. worth. And yours was tried and true, but she was not called hence until her tasks were done. The cause of death are always for the best, for we are solving problems there as well as here. And one is sure to find himself where he can solve his problems best. It is selfishness that makes one wish to call again to earth departed souls. Then let your mother rest in peace. Just let her noble life be strengthened and inspiration unto you. A crisis in your life has come, and you must have a clear conception of the work that you are called to do." Let's see you there.
Hey, how you doing? What are you doing? All right. Go in the house, go in the house. Go in the house. Go in the house, darling. What's going on, brother? Wait, back up. I said go in the house. Go in the house, no. What's going on, brother? What do you mean you're not lying? No, just send me a message. What? You messaged a little 5-year-old kid? Oh, yeah, gone, man. Scott, get nothing of this. No, go upstairs now. You're not listening. Can you check upstairs? Sorry. What? I mean, you guys are 5-year-old kid? I didn't know she was 5 years old. What do you think she was? She sounded like a grown woman. She sounded like a grown woman. She talking to her? Yeah, it sounded like to go home. You're overreacting. Nah, I want to know how is Storm getting in contact with the dude? Hey, how you doing? Son, what you doing? All right. Go in the house, go in the house. Go in the house. Go in the house, darling. What's going on, brother? Wait, back up. I said go in the house. Go in the house, no.
Yeah. Just like little boy falling in love with a bot. A bot. Just like people have these profiles and your children are engaging these people. Make up a profile. Go on Roblox, luring children and all types of madness. You better watch what your children are doing, just computer stuff. You better be on your P's and Q's with them and these devices, because these people are not playing. At all costs, eliminate the children. They already got the robots ready to take everybody's place. So keep playing around. Keep playing around. You thought all the Terminator and stuff was BS, right? All right. All right. Thought the zombie apocalypse movies was the movie? All right. Right. I don't know why any adults would be on Roblox. Why would they be on Roblox for? Or whatever other children game. What are they on there for? There's like if a 10-year-old walks up to the porn store, you know that there's some issues there. Extremely bad parenting. Because they have mansions and all that, they think they're doing something for their children. Children are dumb like a bag of rocks. You're giving your address out online. Do you know what type of cut ass we would get giving your address to a stranger? You know what type of licks you would get? First of all, you wouldn't even have any device or whatever like that. You even know what online and all that stuff is. Because you'd be reading those books at the bottom of the bookshelf. You don't have the time for no online. I mean, you're on page 30. It's been 2 weeks. Be very, very, very in your children's business. Don't play that they allow their space and all that stuff. Don't play none of that. Because every parent searches the room. As soon as they leave. I don't know if room searching is going on still. And we're not talking about the good ones. The good ones, we're not talking about the ones that their children are getting 100% in school and they're valedictorian and all that. We're not concerned with those ones. Yeah. We're talking about the loose ones. The loose ones that their dumbass parents gave them so much rope that they're hanging themselves 50 times. Because how is she giving out the address to the house to a stranger? You already got the lesson, don't talk to strangers. As soon as you went outside the first time and talked to a stranger. There's no code. So everybody's wayward. There's no code. Everything's just loose. Right? Just got rope. You're just knotting yourself up. So before it's too late, make sure you sit them down about these damn devices and show them what's going on out here so they can be scared straight. Because all she had to do was have a little bit more incompetence to open the door softly and go outside and close the door softly. And she's kidnapped, gone, right from her doorstep. Right. So I don't know what site it was or whatever that they were on. That a 5-year-old is sending an address to somebody and a man showing up. I don't know what site that is. Whatever site that is, that's crazy. Remember, this doorstep. We're not talking about, out there somewhere, a white van and none of that. We're talking about ring the doorbell and your heir is going to answer doors. What do you mean you're answering doors? Like, what do you mean you're answering doors? Like, what is going on here? Licks for that alone. Are you answering doors? And you don't have the chain on or nothing like that. You just opening the door. Like, who are you? Who do you think you are? Who gave her grown woman status? Must be the parents. Must be the parents, because she didn't get that from anywhere else. And then on top of it, the device is feeding it. Got your children out here. Check their room and stuff, because stuff is loose out there.
Hi, I'd like to start off by thanking y'all for y'all's time. My name is Emily Schmidt. I am 25. I grew up not too far from here and graduated from PNG ISD. As a child, I was groomed to be trans. My school had a huge part in this. Media similar to the book Lily and Duncan led me into having gender dysphoria at 14 years old. Soon, my whole life became surrounded by trans everything. This made me believe that my body was wrong and needed fixing with surgeries and hormones. All I ever really needed was for someone to tell me that it is okay to be a tomboy. But instead, I was walked down a path of suicidal ideations and anxiety due to media like this book that you have available to 7th graders. I am here to ask you, why do you want to teach children that their bodies are wrong? Why do you want to teach children that self-hatred is good? Why do you want to teach children that they need to chop off healthy body parts in order to find true happiness? And why did people like you tell me as a little girl that I needed to self-harm in order to be truly happy? Hi, I'd like to start off by thanking y'all for y'all's time. My name is Emily Schmidt. I am 25. I grew up not too far from here and graduated from PNG ISD. As a child, I was groomed to be trans. My school had a huge part in this. Media similar to the book Lily and Duncan led me into having gender dysphoria at 14 years old. Soon, my whole life became surrounded by trans everything. This made me believe that my body was wrong and needed fixing with surgeries and hormones. All I ever really needed was for someone to tell me that it is okay to be a tomboy. But instead, I was walked down a path of suicidal ideations and anxiety due to media like this book that you have available to 7th graders. I am here to ask you, why do you want to teach children that their bodies are wrong? Why do you want to teach children that self-hatred is good? Why do you want to teach children that they need to chop off healthy body parts in order to find true happiness? And why did people like you tell me as a little girl that I needed to self-harm in order to be truly happy?
Slap them in their damn face.
Here in the United States and in the UK, they only use one. And let's talk about Doritos. Doritos, this bag of Doritos from the United States has MSG and artificial food dye, but in the UK, it doesn't. And America's favorite cookie, Oreo's birthday cake, has 4 different artificial food dyes. And in Europe, they use beets, spirulina, and turmeric. And worst of all, right over the border, this box of Fruit Loops in Canada is naturally colored with carrot juice, blueberry juice, and watermelon juice. This American version has 4 different artificial dyes made from petroleum and the preservative DHT, which is an endocrine disrupting chemical linked to cancer.
I grew up believing this idea that America was a Christian nation. My identity as a Christian was deeply tied to my identity as an American. But it blew my mind when I learned where this idea of Christian nationalism actually came from. It starts with manifest destiny, this belief that America was chosen by God to tame the continent, giving us license to eliminate or enslave as many godless people as we needed to do that. But Christian nationalism as we know it today really took shape during the Cold War. To fight the spread of communism, politicians got this idea of painting America to be morally superior to the godless Soviets. In 1954, Congress even added the words "under God" to the Pledge of Allegiance. Those words weren't there before, tying American identity to Christian identity. Then in the 1980s, figures like Jerry Falwell or the moral majority capitalized on this. They fused evangelical Christianity with conservative politics. And that shifted the story from Christian America versus the godless Soviets to Christian conservatives versus the godless liberals. And that's the context I grew up in, where to be a real American meant to be a Christian, and to be a Christian meant to be a patriot. We even rewrote history, making America's founders out to be evangelicals. In reality, most of them were rationalists or deists who were deeply skeptical of traditional Christian doctrine. And at this point, Christian nationalism has hijacked both faith and American identity. It made Christianity about power instead of love, and it made patriotism about exclusion rather than liberty and justice. But the first step in moving forward is to name the dynamic, to understand where it came from. Because if it had a beginning, it can continue.
So all that to get to here. And then we'll be off this. How common is common sense? Researchers from Penn address a critical gap in how knowledge is understood. Penn integrates knowledge. University professor Duncan Watts and Mark Whiting of the School of Engineering and Applied Science and Wharton School had developed a unique framework to quantify the concept of common sense. In a paper published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, the researchers present a way to quantify common sense at both the individual and collective levels. Quote, common sense is something that we all believe we possess, but rarely, if ever, are we forced to articulate which of our beliefs we consider commonsensical or who else we think shares them. What Mark and I set out to do was create a framework for answering these questions in a systematic, empirical way. Essentially, we sought to measure not just whether people agree on a claim, but also their awareness of the of the said shared agreement. Whitting, first author of the paper, says it's an approach that moves beyond simply tallying up agreements to understanding the depth and the breadth of the consensus. The second aspect was collective common sense, a concept focusing on shared beliefs across different groups. This measure helped the researchers gauge the extent of common beliefs within groups, and interestingly, they found the larger the group, the fewer common beliefs are held. So this is why Noble Drew Ali said belief is the first step. That's not where you want to be at. You want to be at where you and Allah are one. That's where you want to ultimately be. And then in that way, you activate the commonsensicality. Because as much as people don't have common sense, it also says a lot about their spirituality. Because common sense is spiritual. That's why the researchers from the natural sciences people are writing papers on common sense. To live a spiritual life means to act as one acts in one's own house where one belongs together. We all belong together in this earth household, as Gary Snyder calls it, so beautifully. And to live a spiritual life means to act as one acts in one's own house, where one belongs together. From The Joy of Fishes, Thomas Merton, The Way of Chuang Tzu, New Directions, 1965. Chuang Tzu and Hu Tzu were crossing Hao River by the dam. Chuang said, "See how free the fish leap and dart? That is their happiness." Hu replied, "Since you are not a fish, how do you know what makes fishes happy?" Chuang said, "Since you are not I, how can you possibly know that I do not know what makes fishes happy?" Hui argued, "If I, not being you, cannot know what you know, it follows that you, not being a fish, cannot know what they know." Chuang said, "Wait a minute. Let us get back to the original question. What you asked me was, how do you know what makes fish happy? From the terms of your question, you evidently know I know what makes fishes happy. I know the joy of the fishes in the river through my own joy as I go walking along the same river." And that is common sense. In its deepest sense of the word, it is knowing that goes deep, that is embodied in our senses and has no limits to its commonness. Everything is included. By your own bliss, you know the bliss of the fishes and the bliss of everything there is in the world, because in that blissful moment, you have reached the heart of the world, spiritual knowledge. If you want common sense knowledge, the term spirit has been so misused that I would be perfectly happy to drop it completely. Declare a moratorium to the word spirit and use always the term common sense. Use always the term common sense. All morality that was ever developed in any tradition in the world can be reduced to the principle of acting as one acts towards those whom one belongs together. And the differences between the different codes of morality are only the limits that we draw for belonging. These are the ones toward whom you have to act morally, and the others are the others outside. And when you really live with common sense, that has no limitations. You live out of a morality that includes everybody, and therefore you behave towards everybody as one behaves when one belongs. That is what Yahshua meant when he said the kingdom of God, and any other term of that sort that you get away from any religious tradition will fit in there. Common sense, rightly understood, is authoritative. The question of authority is extremely important in this context of religion and spirituality, but the term authority has to be rightly understood, and it's usually misunderstood in our time. Even when we go to the dictionary and open up to the word, you will normally find as the first meaning of authority something like power to command. That is not the original meaning of authority. The original meaning of authority is a firm basis for knowing and acting. We use it in the way too, if we want to know something about our health, we go to a doctor who is an authority. If we want to do some research, we go to an authoritative book. We look for a firm basis for knowing and acting. So common sense. If our authority that was left to us by Noble Drew Ali is a firm basis for acting and knowing, all these people playing religious games with it are playing games, right? Common sense. Because our authority is about us knowing. And once you know, then you can act based on what you know. And now you can understand how we get the power to command, particularly if you reduce it to a smaller sociological scale in a small community, a family, a tribe, or a village. There may be a person who proves over and over again to be a firm basis for knowing and acting. You go to this old woman if you want to know how to heal your wounds. Or if you want to know whether we should wage war against this village or not. And she always gives you the right answer. So now, because she is firm basis for knowing and acting, you put her in an authority position and give her power to command. That's how authority came about. And that's how all our authorities can be traced back to having come about. And what they do, take advantage of their little authoritative position and all that stuff, thinking because they have this authority that they're the man. But you can go check the rest of it. David Steidrast, Spirituality as Common Sense. Grateful.org. And the other one was technologynetworks.com. Neuroscience, How Common is Common Sense. We're on the right path. Stay true. Stay true. Just stay on the path. Make sure you're passing this word on, and you'll be all right. Only to those who want it, though. Don't be going and force feeding anybody. Don't let them be. Because everybody has the common sense. It's up to them to use it. If they don't want to, then they're gonna learn. Honors to all the Moors worldwide. Honors to our prophet, Noble Drew Ali. Honors to all the Moors in the chat. Honors to all mothers. Supreme honors. Oh yeah, and I forgot to tell the Moors, playoffs start tomorrow. Girls in the semifinals. 5-1 on the season, and should be a good game tomorrow. So give thanks to all the Moors who've been supporting the girls. We're not done. We're not done yet. Supreme honors to all the Moors worldwide. Honors to Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Islam Moors.